So I'm Officer Stetzer with the Wausau Police Department. This is my partner, therapy dog, Canine Badge. So Badge is a 6-year-old flat-coated retriever. He's actually my personally owned dog. When I got him as a puppy, I originally wanted him to be a hunting dog. Realized very quickly that that did not work out very well, and then he became a family pet. Throughout the years and my experience in the schools, I found a need that there was a little more assistance needed in the mental health realm, and kind of started doing some research and brainstorming some different ideas on how I can help out with that in our community and in our schools. And one of the ways was to have Badge help out in any way possible. We started doing dog training classes, starting with Good Canine Citizen through therapy dog classes. And after he got certified, Badge started in October of 2017, started coming to work with me every day. From that time on, from October to June 2018, Badge was used about 200 times, and that ranged from calls anywhere from a panic attack where we used to have to call an ambulance for a student that would have such severe panic and anxiety attacks, bring Badge in and he would cuddle just like this or lay his head on her leg just to comfort her and help her out. Anywhere from community presentations, explaining what therapy dog program is, and having people see law enforcement in a different light. It's a lot easier to build rapport with somebody having the dog here compared to just having somebody there in uniform. We also had Badge used. We had an officer-involved shooting in March of 2017, and Badge was used in a lot of different events, helping officers and family members help deal with the trauma and loss of our friend and coworker. So when I brought the idea up to my supervisors, they were a little hesitant. They were like, "You just want to bring your dog to work?" So I started doing a lot of research to help show how successful therapy dogs can be in a community and in a police department. So by doing the classes outside of work, just talking with a bunch of trainers and doing a lot of reading and reaching out to other therapy dog handlers throughout the United States that have a dog with them, either in a school or in a police department, just trying to prove how a therapy dog can be used and how successful it can be. I think after our command staff met Badge and saw his personality, he can be calm and cool and collected, just sitting on somebody's lap, or he can be chasing after a tennis ball or chasing a laser. Both can be very therapeutic for people. And I think having the right dog that has the right characteristics for therapy can also be very impactful on your department and an officer's wellness. So after Badge started, it's kind of hard to determine how successful a therapy dog program can be in a police department. So what I did is I kept a log of how many uses we had for Badge. And like I said earlier, is the amount of time from October to June, we used him approximately 200 times. In that time, I guess it was a learning program and a learning step for us. Having them used in multiple different scenarios. We had an incident where Jamie Kloss was taken, both her parents were murdered in Barron County, and the Department of Justice reached out to have us come and help her classmates and her teachers kind of deal with the trauma that they were going through. So we went down there and met a lot of different people, and Badge did awesome. It was amazing to see, not even talking to somebody, just having them pet the dog, gave them a couple minutes of relief. And in that time, it just shows how impactful a dog can be. You don't have to say anything, you don't have to do anything, but the dog can just lay here, and just petting the dog makes people feel so much more comfortable. I wish I had that skill, but it's definitely something that canines are very good at. Is they don't judge anybody, they love everybody, and having a dog really, really helps. So a lot of times when we have several canines here in the Wausau Police Department. We have our drug canines, and then we have 4 therapy dogs as well. So we have Badge, Theo, Alvin, and Soko, which are used through 2 school resource officers, and then we have 1 assigned with our mental health unit, and then the other one is down with our victim services unit. And I think just having the dogs walk in the department, you can see if an officer's having a bad day, they went to a rough call, they saw something that is hard to deal with, just having the dog come into the department just lights up a lot of people. And our 2 therapy dogs, Alvin and Theo, are twins. They came from the same company. And just having those 2 play around in the department and chase each other, it really, a lot of people are happy here at work. And it shows when the dogs are running around like crazy, and having officers call, like you get these big buff guys that are like, oh, come here, Badge, come here, Theo. And it's a sense of stress relief for officers too, knowing that the dogs are here and that they can use the dogs as a resource for not only our community members, but for them as well. We use Badge a lot. Our department is very big on community-oriented policing, and we have our therapy dogs, Badge and Theo, go to community events such as the 400 block. We have a event every Wednesday during the summer where we have thousands of people come and listen to music in our little square downtown, and we bring the dogs out there just to outreach to the community and show that we're not officers that are out there to make arrests and do citations all the time. We want to be visible. We want the community to trust us. And having kids come up to us in the community and approach us with the dog, it's so much easier to build that rapport and that trust with community members, because they see that dog as a safe thing. And I mean, it's just so much easier to build rapport with community members having the dog with us. So we used Badge in several different events. Like I explained, the incident in Barron County where Jamie Kloss was taken. We used him for the school there to help out some students and staff. We've also gone to other jurisdictions to help in their schools. So if their school resource officers looking to get a canine, Officer Schremp and I have gone to those schools with the dogs and shown exactly what they can do. Just having a dog walk down a hallway of a school or walk down the hallway of a police department, a majority of the people are like, oh, can I pet your dog? And are interested in seeing what the canines do. And that in itself right there is we can build rapport with people. We can talk with people a lot easier because they focus on the dog and pet the dog. And it gives them a sense of trust, and they can trust us. And having him and hopefully other therapy dogs will help other jurisdictions as well. So having Badge part of the police department, it's been very rewarding, not only in the community and the department. We've used him for case debriefs where we have a bunch of officers that went through something traumatic. Having the dog in here and talking to other officers about kind of what they're thinking and feeling, it's been cool to see Badge go to everybody in the room and say hi and lay on his black and just roll around and stuff like that. Or we've even had examples where the officers will go lay on the floor with them or roll around with them and play with them. So I think having badge in the department just overall adds to the overall happiness in the department. And then having him in the community as well, we get a lot of people that have kids that are scared of police officers, or maybe they've had some past trauma, and the dogs can really help out with building that relationship with the community. And I think that's something our department really strives on, is building relationships with community members, and having a canine and a therapy dog really helps build those relationships. So our process wasn't as bad as I thought it was going to be. Originally, when I brought up the idea, I didn't have enough information. I kind of just brought the idea forward, and then kind of going up through command, I believe they said no about 3 times. After Badge was certified and bringing the dog in, showing command exactly his behavior and what he's capable of doing, I think that's kind of what our tipping point was, is having the right dog for the job. After we brought him in, our command was like, okay, let's put this on a pilot program. Let's test it out. At any given point, if it's not working out, we're going to pull the plug and have it not work. But pretty much immediately, bringing him into the school, they could see firsthand that it was really successful and really impactful. Again, building the relationships and just overall mental health in the school and in the department as well really, really has changed. And I think having a therapy dog in your department can really help change that demeanor in the community and build trust, and have the community members kind of see you in a different light compared to just writing citations and making arrests. Having a therapy dog program in our department has been really successful, not only in the department but in our community as well. We are fully committed to helping anybody out that wants or is interested in getting a therapy dog program in their department. So if you have any questions, feel free to reach out to myself or any of the other therapy dog handlers in our department.